Superheat Group 2. Sacha van Bad Bosch in pole position from Hugo Martiniello, Adrien Ferrer and Henry Joslin will be with him on the second row of the starting grid. So it's Van Bad Bosch and Martiniello, Ferrer and Joslin, then Cameron Pratt-Thompson and Leo Robinson, Hugo Magnas and Eloan Bianame, Sandro Perez and Cahal Clark from Daniel Dalakian and Colin Cronin, Oliver Stilp and Sasha Avriel from Marius Barryberg and Pedro Cachada, Mathis Michaut, Natalia Granada, Mick Blankenspor, Harry Yule, Baz Verduld, Freddie Allen, Adrien Alcubierre and Ronan Hennessy. It's definitely going to be a tough battle from here on out. We will have an exceptional battle to come. Engine revs rise. We're going to go racing. An absolutely incredible battle, and let's go racing this time. Here we go. Green, 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 green. And out of the first corner, a great run from Adrien Ferrer into second position. He makes the bold run. He's going to try and get up alongside Sacha van Bad Bosch. He doesn't quite have the space to do so. They come through together. Van Bad Bosch still leads it. Couple of run wides, but everybody essentially through turn 2, and Ferrer's trying his best. Martiniello gets the move on the inside. In fact, 2 or 3 drivers trying to come through there. Who's that in second place now? It's one of the Lando Norris kart chassis that's come through in a second. I couldn't quite make out. That's Cameron Pratt-Thompson. So Cameron Pratt-Thompson has got through into P2. An exceptional start through turn 4. So now the drivers work their craft up to the braking zone for 7. And they are doing their best to keep themselves out of harm's way, but Hugo Martiniello still has a great chance in this one. Third position for the Frenchman as he runs there in the X-Sprint. Adrien Ferrer in 4th place, and then Henry Joslin is ahead of the 24 kart. That is the Spanish charge Sandro Perez on the Alonso kart. And we've got a driver off the road at the turn 7. That looks like a mechanical issue. I'm afraid that is game over for one of the drivers in the mix there. That is Mick Blankenspor. So Mick Blankenspor in trouble. Martiniello and Ferrer both get their way past Cameron Pratt-Thompson. And Sacha van Bad Bosch is having to go defensive on lap 2 at turn 2. My goodness. This is not going to be an easy race for him. He clearly doesn't feel confidence in the kart yet, because he's having to park the bus on the inside of the apex on the second lap. Martiniello second. Pratt-Thompson back up into third. Back past Adrien Ferrer. Ferrer's front fairing looks quite low there, actually. I wonder if he's got a loose front fairing coming his way. That would be unfortunate if that's the case. But Ferrer's going to make his bid on the inside of Cameron Pratt-Thompson regardless. They're still trying to move Mick Blankensport's car from the scene. They've managed to do so. But here comes Hugo Martiniello. He's got a great chance here on Sacha van Bad Bosch. He's been a little under the radar all weekend. Now he makes his bid. Sacha van Bad Bosch loses ground as Hugo Martiniello gets through. And there goes Pratt-Thompson on the inside of Ferrer. And Joslin is coming around the outside as well. Can he hold it? Joslin's still there. And he's through. Excellent from Henry Joslin. Now Joslin's going to make his bid on Pratt-Thompson. Ferrer's going to help him get there. A big slide from Joslin. And now Ferrer getting on the inside line again. Martiniello takes the lead from Van Bad Bosch, as we know. But third place is currently Ferrer. He manages to get through on Pratt-Thompson, on Joslin, sorry. Joslin gets him back again for third. This is changing almost every corner. So Martiniello in front of Van Bad Bosch. Joslin in third, Ferrer in fourth, then Hugo Magnas and Leo Robinson. With Eloan Bianame falling to 10th place behind Pratt-Thompson, Cronin and Sandro Perez. And still they jockey for position. Down to 6th now goes Hugo Magnas as Leo Robinson works his way through. Sideways for Pradier and Cronin. Sorry, that's Pratt-Thompson and Cronin. So they drift out wide. So many battles in this second superheat for X30 Junior, as drivers are starting to get more and more confident that they can push the slick tyres to their limits. They can use more of the racetrack, and they're suddenly realising they may have been a bit ambitious at the last moment. Martiniello and Van Bad Bosch into lap 4. 8 to go in the superheat. Can Hugo Martiniello stretch out a gap over Sacha van Bad Bosch, or is the Dutchman going to be hustling him all the way to the finish line here? They've broken clear of the rest of the train. Martiniello has the fastest lap. This is a great drive from Hugo Martiniello. Very underrated all weekend. And the Jana Racing driver on the X-Sprint is going beautifully here. Joslin, Ferrer, Robinson, Magnas. This is the battle for third position. Someone's going to need to go for it. Robinson makes the move on the inside of Ferrer. Magnas goes banging wheels with Ferrer. Ferrer has to slot in behind him. He got too far on the curbs. He couldn't keep the pace up, so he has to drop into P6 and have another go at it. Looking at that front fairing for Ferrer, it's questionable at the moment. I'm not sure if that's loose or not. The leading two look okay. Martiniello and Van Bosch, the Frenchman and the Dutchman. Henry Joslin's having a great race up in third position, as Martiniello has got big pressure from Van Bosch down the main straight. Into turn one, flat on the throttle, up towards two. Still trying to pick his moments, Sacha Van Bosch, but he just wants the laps to tick down. He doesn't want to be on lap 5 right now. He wants to be on lap 10, because then he's got less laps to do anything about Martiniello, but also then less laps to have to back him up. But even if Van Bosch finishes in second place, that's still good enough to be on the front row of the grid for the final. So Sacha Van Bosch in a comfortable position at the moment. Hugo Martiniello running in the lead of the race. This is excellent work from the Frenchman. He needed this, and it's looking like it's all going to go his way. He hasn't had a victory all weekend. He's just kept himself in the top 5 pretty much throughout the weekend. So can the Frenchman hang on from Sacha Van Bosch? Expert chassis versus the Fusion Motorsport driver. And the Jana Racing team will look to take their first race win of the season in the first weekend of IAME Euro Series here at Zuera. Martiniello knows where Van Bosch is. Here comes the move from Magnas on the inside of Ferrer. No problem. So Magnas into 4th, Ferrer down to 5th, and Joslin is down to 6th all of a sudden. Robinson has worked his way through into 3rd. And Leo Robinson has actually dropped the 2 Spaniards. There goes Van Bosch into the lead at turn 4. Makes his bid and has the nerve and audacity to gesture to Martiniello. Come on, work with me. Martiniello doesn't want to play ball with him. He's already starting to give him lap taps as they go through. Little nudge on the back bumper just to remind him, I'm still here, I'm still a threat. So Van Bosch having to now protect from Hugo Martiniello. But Van Bosch is in the position he wanted to be. He's in the lead, and if he stays there, then he will be guaranteed the front row of the grid for the final. But even if Martiniello gets back ahead, it will still go the Dutchman's way to get on the front row of the grid. He essentially can't afford to fall lower than 5th in this one. Otherwise, it will be Clement Outran that gets on the front row of the grid with him. So there they come. Ferrer is now going to try and defend from Joslin as they go through turn 1, although he might even get a run at turn 2. Decides against it. Joslin, however, is trying to make the bid. But these two are still 1st and 2nd. Van Bosch in front of Hugo Martiniello. Down the back straight. Up to the hairpin at 5. 1 dry line through, but starting to make a little bit more racetrack available to play with. They continue to run in formation. So the battles are well and truly joined. And it's definitely going to be an exciting racetrack to play with from here on out. They come through, off on the far side. And battling in for the hairpin into turn 10. Into turn 11, back up through the double apex to finish off, flat on the throttle through the final switch, and then onto the home straight once again. 7 laps done, 4 to go. Martiniello still working with Van Bosch to stretch away from Robinson. Robinson is a big threat now. He had carburetor issues yesterday, I'm told, which is why we suddenly saw him plummet from the front to the back. But now it looks as though Robinson is in fine form again. Joslin sets the fastest lap of the race. That's P4 for him at the moment. Ferrer and Magnas, 5th and 6th. Still some great battles between these two. Ferrer's front fairing really does look like it's scraping on the floor. Martiniello right in there with Van Bosch. Nudges to the braking zone, just reminding Van Bosch that he can't afford to make a mistake. But Martiniello doesn't really want to make an overtaking move at this point. Essentially, going into lap 10, you want to be the guy right behind the leader in 2nd place, because you've got all the moves up your sleeve. You're the one who can make all the hard work go your way. So Sacha Van Bosch leading. Martiniello is about a kart length back until they reach the home straight. Then he storms back onto the back bumper. Up towards turn 1. Martiniello just biding his time. Oh, and there's an off there at turn 7. 2 karts involved in that one. It's Eloan Bianame and the 55 of 65, sorry, of Harry Yule. So Eloan Bianame is off the road at turn 7. Have they managed to get him going again? Yes, they have. That is the 57 already parked up. That's Mick Blancaspor from earlier on. Jocelyn, Ferrer, Manyas battling away. Manyas has the fastest lap of the race now. Unfortunately, they were able to clear the issue between Harry Yule and Eloan Bianame without having to throw yellow flags, because that really would have robbed us of an amazing battle. Look how quickly Robinson's catching them as well. Robinson is gaining ground on Van Bosch and Martiniello. He could snatch this from both of them. Van Bosch for Fusion. Hugo Martiniello for Jana Racing. And this is going to be tight because Robinson is just chipping away, chipping away. Here goes Martiniello. This is about right. 2 to go. And he takes the lead from Van Bosch. Van Bosch is going to have to settle for second into turn 2. But now he's got his teammate to work with him. Robinson will be right there. Martiniello takes the lead, and he probably thinks, right, well, this is going to be just about defending for 2 laps. But I think he's going to get me in for a nasty shock when they get down to the turn 7 hairpin, because the gap might open up for Van Bosch and Robinson in one fell swoop. Here comes Van Bosch. Robinson's already swarming around. Oh, he's going to go against him. Robinson takes the place away from Van Bosch. He's got his own designs on the victory. So Robinson now heads the Dutchman. Second place and third for those two. Ferrer is fourth from Manyas and Jocelyn. But Hugo Martiniello may have taken the lead at exactly the right moment. But now they're going to need to make a gain. Expect the Fusions to be right on Martiniello as they head for turn 4. They're going to work together. Here we go. Closing, 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 closing. Final lap board comes out. Through turn 1, Robinson's going to be all over Martiniello. He's going to make the move for the lead. Martiniello moves to defend. Robinson's trying to cut out in turn 2. Here we go. This is the battle for the victory. Martiniello parks it on the inside, as we expected he would. Robinson can't make the jump. Martiniello a little bit wide on the curbs. Van Bosch wants to work with his teammate. Ferrer and Manyas have caught up now as well. Manyas going right round the outside of Adrien Ferrer into 4th position. Lovely from Hugo Manyas. 4th place from the Spaniard. And that was a little bit of a moment for Adrien Ferrer he really didn't want to see. But Manyas gets him on the outside of turn 5. That's a brave overtake. Martiniello trying desperately to keep Leo Robinson behind him. Robinson tries, cuts out, go the long way round. Martiniello's going to go there. Robinson will try in the final turn. I think he's going to have to try for the sprint out of the final turn. Can he get there? Martiniello, can he hang on? Across the line, Martiniello's got it. Hugo Martiniello gives Jana Racing their first win in the IAME Euro Series 2022 in the second Superheat for X30 Junior. Masterful from Hugo Martiniello, timed the overtake to perfection into turn 1 on lap 10. You couldn't have timed it better. And the Frenchman gets the job done in emphatic fashion. That is how you win a Superheat. Textbook, absolutely textbook. And now the Frenchman will start alongside his countryman Clement Outran on the front row of the grid for the final. For Sacha Van Bosch, he may finish 3rd, but he will still be on the front row of the grid for the final. Leo Robinson has fought his way back after a great race there. 2nd position will do nicely for him. But it's going to be Garcia and Van Bosch still on the front row of the grid going into the final. But what a drive from Hugo Martiniello. Now they all know that he's a big threat for the victory. Martiniello takes the win from Leo Robinson and Sacha Van Bosch. Hugo Manyas is in 4th in front of Henry Jocelyn and Adrien Ferrer. Cameron Pratt-Thompson comes home in front of Colin Cronin. Sandro Perez is ahead of Cahal Clark. Freddie Allen in 11th place, and then Mathis Mershout. Daniel Dalakian in front of Baz Verduld and Oliver Stilp. Pedro Cachada comes home in P16. In 17th place it is Ariel Sacha from Adrien Alcubierre. And then Ronan Hennessy is in 19th position, just in front of the two that tangled, Harry Yule and Eloan Bianame. Marius Barryberg and Natalia Granada did not take the start due to injury, and Mick Blancaspor was out on lap 1.